Hello, everyone. It's Mr. Kissinger with the Citizenship Academy in Syracuse, New York. This is Grade 5, Module 2, Lesson 26. The objective today is divide decimal dividends by two-digit divisors, estimating quotients, reasoning about the placement of the decimal point, and making connections to a written method. Today we're going to be moving away, continue to kind of move away from remainders, and we are going to find quotients in the form of in a decimal form. So to kind of have a better understanding of why we might want to find a quotient in a decimal form rather than using a remainder, for starters, it's going to be more accurate. So look at this first question here. It says 156 divided by 24 and 102 divided by 15 both have a quotient of 6 and a remainder of 12. Are the division expressions equivalent to each other? Use your knowledge of decimal division to justify your answer. And I just kind of gave away. It's that they're not going to be they're not going to be equivalent to each other because if we're splitting 156 into 24 groups, having 12 left over is a different part of the whole than when we split 102 of something into 15 groups. That 12 left over is not going to be the same part of the whole. So just to kind of check that reasoning, what we should do is we'll divide both of those. And instead of using a remainder, we will use a decimal answer for our decimal quotient. So let's start with 156 divided by 24. And just for the sake of making things easier, we'll round that 24 to, let's start with 25. 25s are pretty easy to count by. I always think 25s are kind of easy to count by because it's the same as counting quarters into dollars. So we have like 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, and we'll stop right there. Actually, we'll go a little bit further. 150, 175, and we'll stop there because we have 156 here. And 24 isn't going to go into 15, so we will have to go all the way to 156. But that's okay because we can count right down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, we know that 175 is too much, so it'll probably be close to 6. Let's find out what 24 times 6 is. And I'm going to do all of my work way over here to the right so I have room because I have to do a whole nother division problem here after. So 24 times 6, 4 times 6 is 24, carry my 2, 2 times 6 is 12, plus 2 is 14. And I get 144. So 144 will go here. 6 is going to go up here. And we already knew that our quotient was going to be 6, but just wanted to kind of go through my reasoning on that. 6 minus 4 is 2. 5 minus 4 is 1. We have 12 left over. 24 can't go into 12. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to extend this out a little bit. We put our decimal point in. And then instead of looking at this as 12 ones, we're going to look at it as 120 tenths because we're going to figure out what our tenths is. So if we keep going with our factory here, we'll get to 200. How many do we need to do to get to 120? Well, we don't actually have to go that far. 120 is right here between 100 and 125. 125 might be too much. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's try 24 times 4. 24 times 4. Well, 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 2 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. 96. Let's try 24 times 5 just to see. So 24 times 5. That is 10. equals 2. Oh, look at that. It's 120. So that's what we wanted. So we know 24 times 5 is 120. And we get 6.5 or 6 5/10. Now we have to do 102 divided by 15. Well, 15 is not going to go into 10, but it will go into 102. I'm going to go here and count by 15s. 15. You could round that if you wanted to. You count by 10s or count by 20s if that's easier. 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105. And 105 is up over 102. So I know that 90 is as close as we're going to get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again, we knew our remainder was going to, or our quotient was going to be 6. We're going to subtract out 90, and we will get 12. Well, 12 is not going to be sufficient for us to, we can't, 15 is not going to go into 12. So we'll have to, again, extend this out. And we're going to bring down a 0. And now we have, again, 120 tenths. So 120 tenths, 15 goes into 120. Well, we know that 15 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is 105. 105 plus 15 is 120. So that'll go in 8 times. If we needed to, we could do 15 times 8, and 5 times 8 is 40. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 4 is 12, and we get 120. So that goes in 8 times. So when we divide 156 by 24, we get 6.5. And when we divide 102 by 15, we get 6 8/10. So we know that those division expressions are not equivalent to each other. And we justified our answer by showing our division. No, they are not equivalent. So sometimes, even though you might get the same quotient with the same remainder, not all remainders are created equal. You know, some remainders are going to be a larger part of the whole, and some will be a smaller part of the whole, depending on what, how many pieces we're dividing, or how much we're dividing, and into how many groups. So next, let's try practicing some of this division without using remainders. So we have 249.6 divided by 52. 249 6/10 divided by 52. So first we have to see how many times 52 will go into, well, it won't go into 2, it won't go into 24, it will go into 249. If we have 52 is really close to 50, so I'm going to skip count by 50s over here. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, and 250 is larger than or greater than 249. So I think I can only go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll try that. We'll do 4. And we have to do 54, or 52 times 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 5 times 4 is 20. We get 208. We're not going to be able to get another 52 into there. So we're going to subtract out 208. We get 1, We get 41. 52 will not go into 41, so we have to make it 416 tenths. We'll have to continue this. 300, 350, 400, 450, and we can stop right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can go in 8 times, I think. So we'll give it a shot. We'll do 52 times 8. 2 times 8 is 16. 5 times 8 is 40 plus 1. We have 416 exactly. So we know we can do 8 times. We can subtract our 416. And that's it. So we get 4 and 8 tenths. Let's do one more here. We'll do letter H over here. 30 and 9 hundredths divided by 59. '59 is really close to 60, and I can skip count by 60, so I'll do 60, 120, 180, 6 times 4 is 40, 300, and then 60. We'll stop right there. So I have 59 goes into, won't go into 3 or 30, but I can go into 300. 300's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 59 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25 plus 4 is 29. 295. Subtract that. 300 minus 295 is 5. 59 won't go into 5, but I can bring down this 9. Oh, we have to make sure we put our 5 up here. And the 5 is going to go right here with 300. Decimal point will go there. We can bring down our 9. And 59 goes into 59 one time. And we get 51 hundredths. All right, so that's all we're going to do for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Look forward to seeing you next time.